har me hearties, it's that time again. Shear me timbers, splice the mainsail, grab your paintbrush. It's time for that lazy pirate again. Har har! Right, back at club again this week, and more Kings of War, 2,500 points, loot. I'm using my EAD against Simon's Twigletkin. So, hit me Simon, what have we got?
Shadowhounds, Archfiend, Shadowhounds, Abyssal Horsemen, Gladestalkers, a couple of Mind Screeches, whatever she's called, Chrome, Horseman, Mickey, and then two more Gladestalkers.
Excellent. And on my side, two Mountain Archers, Monolith, two Scavengers, Shobik, Giant, Pharaoh, Enslaved Guardians, Revenants, three Mummies, Pharaoh, and a Soul Snare. Game on. Right, Empire Dust got the first turn, so what happened? All this lot vacated and started heading over in this direction. All this lot moved forward. One unit of Scavengers moved to there, and these all came forward, so that was it. Turn one for the Twilight Kin. So these guys moved around here. These hung around here. These moved around here. Shooting came in. Pointed damage on Shobik, who Iron resolves it back. And everything else went on the Murder Birds, Scavengers that were here, and they were taken down. So, moving on to Empire Dust, turn two. Right, Empire Dust, turn two. So what happened? These came out to cover the Enslaved Guardians. Monolith moved to here. These archers are here. Front line moved forward. Picked up one of the loot tokens there. Surges came in from the Monolith and him on Shobik. Simon made a little bit of mistake and left his cavalry within charge range of the Giant. So he got charged and done 6 wounds on him, but didn't waver him. Bit of shooting came in from the Soul Snare. A few wounds on the Demon. And these archers shot the Gladestalkers over there and put a wound on him. So moving into turn two for the Twilight King. Right, turn two for the Twilight King. So a few shots came in on these chaps, done 5 wounds. These went in against the Giant with a bit of regen there, back on 1. Giant's up to 6. That went on Shobik. Yeah, didn't know anything. But over here, horrendous. These guys charged in, managed 14 wounds on 1 unit of Mummies with the Dread, popped them, and these 2 charged the other unit of Mummies and dropped them. So moving on to turn 3 for the Emperor Dust. Right, turn 3 for the Emperor Dust are pretty disastrous, to be honest. These came in and put some wounds on there, fine. 7 inches away, Surge 8, Surge 8, 6. Brilliant. Over here, Shobik killed 1 Mind Screech. Giant put a few more wounds on these guys. Over here, these charged up the hill. The Mummies charged in there, only managed 8 wounds. Awful. 1 wound here on the Greater Demon, and 2 wounds here. So, pretty dire turn for the Emperor Dust. So, over to Kin. Turn 3 for the Twilight Kin, and yes, good turn for Twilight Kin. They killed the Enslaved Guardians and the archers over here. Over here, the Giant went down in his long slogging its cavalry. Mickey put 3 wounds on Shobik. 5 wounds went on the cavalry from the Mind Screech. Over here, 10 wounds went on these guys from the Hounds, and the Pharaoh took 5 wounds. These wiped out the chickens. So, moving on to turn 4 for the Empire Dust. Empire Dust, turn 4. Pharaoh went in there against cavalry, done a bit of wounds, not much. Shobik kind of fluffed his attacks, put a couple of wounds on Mickey. Cavalry just did nothing against the other cavalry. He moved to grab the token. The Revenants there finished off the dogs, put a few wounds on this guy, put a few wounds on the dogs. So moving on to turn 4 for the Twilight Kin. Turn 4 for the Twilight Kin. So these two finished off the Pharaoh after these guys done 9 wounds. 9 wounds, needing 5s. Unbelievable. Right, yep, he's killed off the cavalry. He blocked this unit. And a few more wounds over here. So moving on to turn 5 for the Empire Dust. Turn 5 for the Empire Dust. So what happened? Monolith moved over here. Shobik killed off the cavalry. These fluffed again. Didn't do much damage on that thing. The mummies wavered the demons, and the Pharaoh wavered the dogs. So moving on to turn 5 for the kin. Right, turn 5 for the kin, and these lot shot, and dead monolith, yeah, unbelievable. 5s to wound. Unbelievable. Right, did nothing. Mickey done a few wounds on Shobik, but not enough to wound him. So these were both wavered. So moving on to turn 6 for the Emperor Dust. Turn 6 for the Emperor Dust. So with the monolith dying, left in a bit of a stump. Couldn't really get to the counter. So Shobik charged over, killed these, and turned the base. Over here, these killed the Mind Screech and turned to face. They had to position themselves so they weren't on the hill because those dogs would have been able to see them. They're rare. So over here, killed the Greater Demon, and the mummy put a few wounds but didn't waver the dogs. So I need to turn 7 at the moment. 1 counter there, 1 counter there, and they are within 16 of that counter. So going on to turn 6 for the kin. Right, turn 6 for the kin. So what happened? Mickey charged in Shobik, got him up to 13 wounds. With his dread 14, but then rolled a 3. These ran over and grabbed the token. These put a bit of shooting on these guys. These done a couple of wounds on the Pharaoh. So that was 6. We rolled for a turn 7, and there wasn't one. So kin have 1 token here, and 1 token there for 2, and the Emperor does have 1 token there. 1. So it's a 2-1 in favour of the Twilight Kin. Cheers for now.